Hey everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to our totally safe and well-defended village in Farthest Frontier. Now, in the last episode, we expanded just a little bit, adding some extra houses, making room for additional people that arrived sort of unexpectedly, and then we advanced some of those houses to the next tier, getting our first set of large homes. We also defended against a raid that came at a very unfortunate time, right as the final stone was being put in place to our barracks, so it meant that we didn't really have a defending town watch to help us. The raid was largely repelled though, but some of our villagers did die, but it's not going to be in vain. We're going to learn from that, make sure that that never happens again, or at least really try to minimize it. So, just before we get into the episode proper, I just want to quickly do a little bit of a recap, get everyone on the same page. I got a bit bogged down in the last couple episodes with the barns not working, the raids. We should be plain sailing for now for a little while and just focus really on the economy and getting some new buildings and advancing our tiers. So, up in the top left, we have 197 people currently in our settlement, 150 of which are fit to work. That means 47 people, almost a quarter of all of our population, just can't work right now. They're either elderly or they're children or whatever. Our villager happiness is pretty much through the roof. It almost always is, except for when we have a shortfall of food every now and then. But right now, food is really good. We're at 10 months of food in storage. 7 months could possibly spoil, but it won't. 10 months is going to be fine. Obviously, we're 2/3 through the year. Like I said, we're coming up to winter. And then for our core resources, we have 80 logs, 35 firewood, 268 planks, which is good. We really solved that plank problem that we had before by building the upgraded saw pit. Then we've got a shortfall of stone and massive excess of clay, but a shortfall of bricks, and then tons of gold. So, want to kind of get all of these numbers up. These are rookie numbers. We got to start pumping them up. Now, in terms of the layout of the settlement, I kind of always call this the north, this is the south, the west, and then the east, right? So on our eastern side of the settlement, we've got all of our sort of manufacturing, most of the wood industry, and sort of the blacksmiths and things like that. In the center, of course, town center, complemented with the vault at the back, storing up a bunch of gold, but then also the trader, or the trading post. And then we just have, Old Town, as we sort of call it, the original village. Across from that, we have New Town, the new village, which is slightly more desirable, and thus they have those large homes being built. In the center, between the two of these, really in the center of the town, almost in totality, is the barracks. And then we've got some extra industry kind of coming out of here that doesn't really affect houses that much or desirability, such as the brewery, the weaver, that kind of thing. We've then got our farms and our barns, and then further out this way, we kind of have some extra little bits of industry. We have coal all the way down here, and then just like the sand pit and a few other things. I've got those icons turned off. There we go. All right, so that's pretty much where we're at. We also then, of course, have the super dense and rich ore veins all up the mountain up this way to the north of our settlement. And that's basically everything caught up. So you'll be pleased to see and pleased to know that I've actually got a list of things I want to get done in this episode. So one of the first ones is to do with the barns. I know, I got a little bit bogged down with these. I get a little bit frustrated sometimes with bugs, and I try to solve them. I used to be, for those who don't know, a programmer, and I've gone to college for game development, seen my fair share of bugs, and I try to always figure out, like, how can we replicate this and figure out what's happening here to get it working. Anyways, a lot of people seem to have figured it out, although there seems to be multiple things going on. This isn't the only thing, but one of the things, certainly, is that these barns are inside the walls. Excuse me, and when we set the grazing to be outside, the cows have to go outside and go through the gate, but there seems to be a problem with them pathfinding and figuring out a way to get out. Or if they start outside, they've got a problem coming in, so they can't be slaughtered. That seems to be one of the problems. Another one seems to be to do with milking. I won't spend too long on it. I think what we're just going to do and try to get this working again properly is just move them outside, so that should reduce that problem. So I'm just going to turn both barns around this way and stick them outside. Just set their grazing to be out there, just in case they want to move right now. And then just, whoops, just grab them and move them. Also, there was a patch not that long ago, I just didn't see it, that actually fixed the audio volume level, so now you can adjust them properly. So hopefully now it's not as jarring when I'm clicking farms or clicking other buildings. I've turned it way down, because it was exceptionally loud. So that's kind of the first thing, was moving these barns. So just keep time moving kind of slowly while things are happening here. There's going to be a bit of a shortfall, I think, on builders and just getting things done. That seems to be just taking longer and longer, and I'm trying to, make that as smooth as possible. We have our food cellar here, granary, smoker, forager. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to bring these collections of things together, but sometimes, the people will just go right past it and decide, nope, we're going to bring it somewhere else. So, trying to reduce that down. Okay, so the next thing is to grow flax. We saw that we're getting a little low on clothes, and that's because I actually forgot to plant some flax so we can actually turn it into cloth. So we're just going to look, maybe get rid of one of these. So we'll keep the cabbage there, maybe go with flax right here. So hopefully that'll get us started. So what's the deal with this? Heat tolerance is good, so having it later in the year is probably a bit better. Broadly speaking, though, the fertility of these farms is getting much better. We're at 65, 61, 66, and 72. I would want to have them all up in the 70s, and they are slowly coming up. Some of them dropped as low as 50. And we've got compost almost at the ready to be redistributed soon. So the next thing I want to do then, well, we're going to have to wait until these are moved, but I want to build 3 brickyards. We've got tons of clay. I've got nobody even working clay right now because we just have so much saved up that I want to start really refining it and getting bricks made, because that's a big shortfall that we have in terms of building the tier 3 buildings. You need a lot of bricks, you need a lot of iron. Let's see what else we have. Make tools instead of weapons. So that was something I wanted to check, which is in our barracks. We've been making weapons. Almost everyone has one. So there's 3 crude weapons still. So I want to add more people here, but we want to wait until we get a bit more population just before we do. Now we've got room for another 50 people, so I've no doubt that people are going to start moving in. And if you press R, you can check everything that we've currently got. We've got 55 iron, and we've got 6 crude weapons. So we don't have any extra weapons that aren't being used by anyone. And we've got 51 tools, so we really don't need that, but we do need heavier tools. So let's just have a look. So we're just we're maxed out. All the iron we're getting is going into making weapons right now. We'll put a 3rd person on this. And once we get about 10 weapons or so, then we can start making some heavy tools. We've got loads of regular tools right now, so I'm not too worried about that. I think that's okay. 2 villagers born. Good to see. So another problem is it seems like we're going to have a shortfall of firewood, especially when we build these other brickyards. So we're going to try and upgrade this right now, just to get, it's the firewood splitter. We've got 3 of them here. I think having 2 upgraded would allow us to remove one of these buildings and actually produce more. It says that item production speed is increased. So let's do that. Commission an upgrade. Now, of course, that all means nothing if you don't have the logs to support it. So one thing I'm going to be doing that I tried out on a stream and it seemed to work pretty well is actually building a sort of a tree nursery. So actually planting our own trees and harvesting them. Gold is actually a renewable resource in the game, of course, because it generates from markets, not just from the gold ore mines. I'm just going to move this all the way out there. This cart. And we've got another cart here that can... Actually, you know what? Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bring this one in. So some people have been asking, how do you get 2 carts? It turns out that was patched out. I don't know why it was, but it was patched out. It used to be in the storage category. You could just make as many as you want. I happen to only make 1 extra one, so I've got 2. So that's how you get 2. I guess you can't do it anymore. Alright, we'll let time play as it is. So upgrade. Yeah, something else. See, I guess we'll just speed up time, actually, because there's things I want to do, but we have to do that as a rolling start. But I want to start making cheese. We need extra shoes, so maybe another cobbler. In fact, can we have a 2nd cobbler in here? We can, actually. Let's just do that. And then we'll check on the villagers and see how everything's going. So the reason I'm moving this cart... And we have a blizzard, do we? Deadly cold temperatures. People are going to go home, I think. The reason I want to move out here is because there's a load of trees out here that I want to cut down, make room for an extra farm, and also just gather loads of wood as much as we can. So, of course, we're still waiting on these to get their job done. Can we prioritize it, please? And get moving these barns just further out there. See, some cows are already stuck. In fact, just to make things go a bit smoother, let's just get rid of this gate. They might see, look at that. Now he's going in. Hopefully they'll fix those little issues in a patch or something in the future. Alright, things are still looking pretty good. We just ran out of firewood. Well, I am upgrading one, but they actually still work it while it's being upgraded. I think the problem is that everyone has gone home because it is a deadly cold. It's deadly cold at the moment. I think we'll be fine. They should have some firewood in their homes. Yeah, if you look at this screen, people were wondering before as well, like, oh, you can go all the way down to 0 food and people don't die. It's like, that's because it's your storage in the public storage. It says public storage. It doesn't count what's actually being stored in their homes. So you sort of have an extra month before everyone starts consuming what they have already. That's going to be the same for firewood, although some of these houses are saying that they don't have any now already. A little bit alarming considering it is really, really cold and it's going to stay that way, it looks like, for a little while. Okay, it's not that bad now. Now it's just freezing, so they'll be fine. They can get back out to work, I'm sure. And then we'll get this other one upgraded when we get a bit more bricks. So, also, people mentioned in the comments that traders tend to arrive in spring. I had no idea, but this does seem to be true on further inspection. So, well, oh, actually, I just realized as well that a building out here was destroyed, the smoker. Let's get that back up and running. Alright, cool. Let's just check that these have everything they need in a radius. These are the people that died from the raid. There's a ton of stone left out here, that's fine. Alright, yeah, not much else we can do then. We just have to ride out the winter and hope they make it. I'm sure they will. So yeah, you can see we're still chopping the wood in there, even though the building's been upgraded, so at least that's okay. Down here, we're not, though. Get on that wood. ASAP. We're bringing over some wood, right? We've got 30-ish here, 34. And our other thing is just about made it out now, so we'll just say pretty much all of this can go. Just stop about there. And is it able to store wood? It is. Alrighty, so another thing people have been asking a lot is, can you put the cows onto your farms in order to fertilize them? You know, tell your cows to graze when there's clover. Clover brings up your fertility, you know, about 5%. So they're like, hey, 2 birds with 1 stone, put them out there to graze, bish bang biddly. And you're good to go, right? Unfortunately, no. Maybe other people have done this or something, because a lot of people said to do it, so I don't know if you've watched it somewhere else, but when I do it, my cows die. They don't eat clover. You can see their health slowly going down. I mean, they kind of do, but the fodder quality is like 20%, so if you have a big herd of like 10, they just kind of start to die out. Now, you could, I suppose you could like wait till they go down to 20% and then bring them back and move them somewhere else. It's a bit micro intense for me. You know, I don't know. I just don't want to be keeping up on and paying attention to all small things like that. It's like what people said. They were like, oh, in spring you could like put all your buildings to have their radius on certain things and then move it out of the times of the year. I'm never going to do that. It's just not the way I want to play. But I suppose you could do that if you want to just, you know, really get the most out of a year possible. Absolutely go for it. As for the clover thing, I just don't think it's really worth it for an additional like tiny bit of fertility. But prove me wrong. Show me someone that's done it where it makes sense. Because I did try it on stream and I just couldn't make it work. So we've got a bunch of cows all merged into one. That's where they sit in the barn, I guess. Waiting for this to be rebuilt to go back outside. Looks like we made it through the winter. We got 52 firewood piling up again, so that's good at least. Alright, let's tell the compost to be distributed to 61% over there. And this next compost pile is at 83%, so that's good. Alright, the first barn is moved, or has moved. We'll tell them to graze here, because we'll build a farm out this way, so at least if we get a little extra fertility, you can see the patches of fertility we've increased. And while that is all nice and good, fertility just falls over time with the farms anyway, so it's like, yeah, you get a little boost, but nothing too crazy. It's not like a permanent, forever boost. But anyway, yep, so all those people do that. Let's just check our population. Yeah, so we've only got 9 laborers. It was pointed out in the comments as well that when this number is orange, or red, whatever color you want to call it, there's not enough laborers to push people, or to do things, to bring stuff around. So laborers do stuff. They carry things to and from different buildings. That's not their sole purpose. They obviously do things like harvesting and other things like that, and they'll generally they just kind of move things if they can. So I guess when the number is red, it means like, hey, there's people trying to move stuff and there's a big backlog and you don't have enough people doing it. The reason this number is shifting right now is because we've got build orders on. So what did we get? We've got a new livestock animal born, 2 new villagers have arrived, 2 new villagers have been born, we're at year number 19, and a villager has been cured. All good things. All good things. Alright, fodder quality is 72% out here, and this allows me to show you. You can see the way it's just red on the farms. So do we have a clover? Clover will be coming later on this year for this one. And that's it, I guess. Next year this will have 2 lots of clover. So, you know, I could look at it and just show the example, I guess. But like I said, you can put that down even though it's green or red. But it'll say the fodder quality is now 22%, so don't think clover changes it much, but we'll wait till there's actually clover just to see. So now that we've created a gap here, I'm going to move the compost yard back up here. I think it would look a bit better in there. Rotate it around this way so it's not facing the food. give it a gap in the front. Yep. Gonna move this. So another thing to talk about was also people mentioning defense. They were saying your towers are placed terribly. Absolutely terrible. Despicable. Embarrassing. That's actually purposeful placement. It's to be economical. So on this side, this tower does cover 2 gateways. So as they're fighting at the gates, it should be firing on them. It's a little short of this one, I admit. That was just a mistake. So I'll just move this here. That's in range then. This tower is in range of that gate. We don't have anything in range of this gate or this gate. Because I didn't want to build 2 extra towers, because they do cost money every month, and you have to put people on them, remember? I was like, no, I'll put this at the crossroads, and that way there's nothing here anyway. If they come in this way and they come in this way, it'll be shooting at them. Granted, won't shoot at them as long as if it was while they were hacking at the walls. I do get that. But at least it does, you know, shoot them as they're coming in, and a lot of them do start attacking the tower, so at least they can buy some time that way. And then I don't have anything up here. Again, hoping that the kind of town center fights off that area. So basically, we've got barracks that if they're coming in this way, we can have our guys up here and around the tower, hopefully defending this side. And if we get attacked on these sides, obviously we can bring the barracks that way too, but they should be under tower fire. That gives us a bit of time. So it's not ideal. I mean, I'm making a lot of money now. Granted, I'm printing gold bars. But the reason I did that at the beginning was on purpose. I was like, I'm going to, you know, I made the choice. It's a choice. I'm not saying one's right or wrong, but it's a choice to say, like, we're going to sacrifice holding them at the gates so that we have less towers and we can hold them further back. So it's not optimal, but, you know, that's the way it's going to be for a while because I want to make that money. By the way, it is spring, so has our trader arrived yet? Not yet. Okay, so yeah, basically, we just have to wait for these to move. Has our firewood upgraded? It has. Looks lovely. There we go. So let's just get the next one. We need 20. Don't know where I would have spent the extra 10. I thought we just had 25 a minute ago. But we'll get them soon. And then once I move this, I can then lay out the extra brick makers that I want. In fact, we can start doing it now. So resources, brick maker. I'm just going to put 3 of them down. Could I put a wall around this, actually? I think I probably could, and it would look nice. Because there is a gap. Yeah, something like that. And then another one's going to go on the deposit. Don't worry about the deposit. We'll get it in the future. We'll just move these buildings at some other stage. So yeah, that's moved. Let's just get another one now. And then this road can go. And that can rotate around. So there's going to be 3 lots of brick makers. Basically, it just seems like bricks are quite slow to produce. It's about 35 a year. And we need hundreds. So I don't want to wait. And we've got all the clay. Obviously, you use coal as well. So there is a coal mine out this way. We'll start putting people on. Hopefully, they'll bring that coal up this way. And also towards the glass makers. The glass makers need sand and coal. The 2 deposits are quite close to each other. So I'm hoping that works out. Something else I want to do is I forgot to put down a well up by the mining area. There we go. I can't click the... There we go. Alright, there we go. Just put a well down up here, because they obviously have food in the temporary shelter, but they don't seem to store water, so I think you can cut down on people running home by building wells. Do we have one out here? We have one there, so I think they're okay as well. As well. Alright, cool. Something else I want to do is just make the roads look a little bit more organic. So I'm just going to extend this road out this way. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that there's a wolf lair up here. Because there's like 3 wolves just... There's one right there. There was like 3 at a time here, so there must be a wolf lair. So it says that you can actually send your barracks to go out, you know, the guys in the barracks to go out and deal with that. So I want to go up there about... Join the roads up that way. And then we can try to make it look even more natural and have like a little crossroads here. I don't know, it just kind of makes it look a bit more, you know, the way people would carve out all these weird, windy little paths that they cut through to get to different areas. I think it looks kind of nice that way. Don't think we need to do it anywhere else. It could maybe join a road here to go up this way. Little garden trails, little forest trails. Alright, 25 bricks. So again, we're just kind of waiting on more people to arrive. Happiness is falling slightly because food is falling. That's actually to be expected with the barns being shifted around. But we'll soon start being able to slaughter and harvest. So we've got 5 in here. How many do we have? 8 in here. So I'm going to divide the herd and make it 6 in this one and the rest in that one. 7. Let's just see. Have the traders arrived? They have. All right, let's see what we got. So nothing really that we can sell. Excuse me, sorry. We could purchase barrels. God damn. Excuse me. So we could purchase barrels for below average price, 25 a barrel. That might be pretty good for food spoilage, although I don't think much of our food is going rotten. Let's see. 44 fish went rotten at the market. There's obviously rats here as well. Rats seem to come in waves. We have a rat catcher right here. And I actually noticed that she's not doing anything like for a large part of the year. And then suddenly it's like, you've got rats. And she has to go around whacking them. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. As long as it's in the influence of one of these, I think it's plenty. So 144 greens. I mean, I guess they could have some barrels, right? So let's purchase some. They get distributed randomly though, which I'm not a massive fan of, but we'll just deal with that. So we'll transfer in some gold. Might as well just send almost all the gold in there. We need a little bit for building. Alright, so we'll just wait for that to happen. So Cariolis and Dala, they're stocking the market. We need to be making cheese as well, I just realized. So, milking is not enabled. So it says disable milking. Yes. Now it says milking. Disable milking, enable. Just always want to make sure I click that enable correctly. Disable, enable. Just to make sure they're doing it. So we're milking them. We're going to use that milk and build a cheese maker. Right here. 50 bricks. 50 big ones. Right there. And that way they don't have to go too far to get the milk. And they make a bunch of cheese with that. That should be really good. Alright, we'll keep speeding up. We're up to 203 now. So we've taken on 6 people so far. Got big plans for this area as well. My overall plan is to now... We extended this area out. They don't actually have a market. So I want to build a market somewhere around here. And then merge this place with this place and create a link that cuts through. And that way we can say Old Town and New Town kind of grew together. You know, they merged eventually, which is quite nice. A lot of people said, you know, you got to keep this. Don't change it. Keep it the way it is. Because it's like the initial village, you know. And I don't know. That is quite nice, I think. So I'm going to try and endeavor to do that. So 16 stones, 25 stone, 25 planks, and this one's just moving. And they can all have only 2 workers, and they never upgrade, which is why I want to build 3 of them. So the rate that we put stuff out should be quite decently increased, I'm hoping, with that. And I want more attention to detail of making things look good if we can. So cabbages, we're halfway through the year for them. Carrots, looking good. More carrots. And tilling the land, getting rid of some of these weeds, and then upping the fertility. Alright, just keep time moving. Things are looking nice. We're just making bank. We just made 200 gold from manufacturing. Any other trader? It's just the one. Oh no, there's 2. There's 2 traders. So the second trader has arrived. We have an excess of weapons now, good to see. It's not really purchasing anything that we'd want to sell. Can we buy anything? Ooh, we could buy bricks. I'm going to do that. I'd love to buy some bricks. What was I saying that I'd buy here initially? The barrels. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Can we get some... Oh, they're quite cheap, actually. I know it's below average price, but it's still cheaper than I even anticipated. Let's get 30 barrels. Buy and transfer. And then with the other guy, Masuki the Silver Tongue, we'll buy as many bricks as we can, just to speed all this up, because we're going to need a lot. So it's a lot of money, but... bricks aren't technically renewable, whereas gold kind of is. We get it from the markets. So, buy and transfer, please. 86 bricks. And that should just allow us to upgrade like this again really quickly. We could upgrade the storage here because it keeps filling up. So that's like 50 bricks just done immediately. But then also the cheese maker. So we can leave all those now. That should be enough for all of those to get their thing done. Food stocks are low, my lord. And we'll have to wait for everyone to distribute the barrels around the place. Just bear with me, I just want to take a quick drink. I'm very thirsty. Alright. Oh yeah, are they all driving the wagons? One of our wagon drivers died during that raid. They seem okay. Alright, we'll just keep leaving time sped up. Not much else to do. We'll wait for these roads to get built. Oh yeah, actually what we could do while we're waiting in between is send these guys out to find those wolves. So they all have their weapons now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can have more people in here now. Don't want to do that yet. 4 new villagers did just arrive, but we'll just wait a little bit longer. We're up to 209. How many people fit to work? 163. So we've gained 13 extra workers since the beginning. So we'll just flag a combat area. Tell them to head out this way. There they go. Looking good. Looking swanky. They are just using the leather gear. We have to get some of that plate mail made. I think you need to be tier 4 in order to make plate mail and heavy weapons. Now, I can't quite remember if I bought heavy weapons or not. Someone in the comments said, you've got heavy weapons in the inventory here, but I checked and I don't. And I'm sorry if I forget, I have terrible memory. But I don't see any, and I don't think anyone has any, so... Yeah, they've got a different symbol, so I don't know if I maybe was thinking of it and I just didn't buy them. That could be the case. So we'll send these guys out. So what we're doing is just looking for a wolf den. I'm just going to move up the mountain here into the shadows. See what's going on. I'll just move this flag further up here. Haven't built that road yet. Heldron. Who have we got in the group? We've Elimina, Ekland, Eslana, Falk, Beric, Jotram, Theotar, and Nublar. Going to the meeting point. This is nice, finally some stone actually, which is good to see. Not that much in each of these, but it seems like we've really been short-shafted for stone. It does seem like... I was watching 2 angry gamers on Twitch play Farthest Frontier just the other day, and one of them was playing anyway, and he was having a problem. He had no clay anywhere. Everywhere he looked, nothing. But he had massive stone deposits, like huge. These giant boulders that look like mountains. And obviously we've got very little stone. So it's obviously just like the biome that you pick and what you get given. And it does seem to shortfall you some things to encourage you to trade. Like we've obviously... I can complain about stone, but like we are so lucky for having so much gold and so much iron that we'll be fine. We can buy stone, I'm sure. Alright, let's just move the flag out here. We'll probably just control them now manually. There's more iron up here. 2,400, 4,200. God damn. Be amazing if we found more gold. Oh, there's a boulder, actually. How big is that? 84. That's alright. Alright. Yeah, we'll definitely bring up a work camp up here. We have our first pupper. Yeah, there's definitely something up here because there's a bunch of them. We'll just split these. Oh my god, look how many there is. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the wolf den. So that one's down. The reason I'm splitting them up is because they all fire their arrows at 1. So there is actually 2 wolf dens. There's one here and one there. Now my camera, I'm sorry that I can't use the camera correctly. I'm at the edge of the map, so I could do this. But I actually can't move the camera any further forward, if you see what I'm doing. So that's as good as I can get it. I'll just keep it zoomed out, keep it straight. So yeah, just go for it. There's 2 more up there. Let's aim for them. Don't know if we get to get this as meat or anything, but... There we go. 1 wolf den down. Another one down. Let's go for that final one. Feel kind of bad, obviously, you know. They were just minding their own business. But the thing is, we got attacked a few times by wolves up here, so... It's got to be done. Now, while we're here, may as well just clear some of this area, see what's going on out there. Yeah, that's just the people we are attacking. Okay, that's fine. Alright, good. Storage is full of the root cellar. Good to see. I guess that's from the harvest that we just did. It's a shame they don't prioritize the one that has better storage. We'll upgrade that, though, as well. At some point. What's in it, actually? Lots of greens, some root vegetables, some beans, some berries. And then this one. This one's pretty full, actually, considering. So, yeah, we'll have to upgrade both. These are still being built. I'm going to put a priority on the cheese maker, actually, if we can. And how's the harvesting going? We've loaded up 17 logs. It's not great. It's kind of slow. We'll just keep speeding up time then. I just want to do a once over on the farm. So next up is flax. There was a late harvest here, but they got 868 out of the 1,000 planted. So that's pretty good. On this side of things, they're just doing field maintenance. No real changes there other than just literally removing that final weed. The one weed. In here, there's carrots. Late harvest, 806 planted. 744 were picked up. And then We just got the carrots out here, 910 and 786. So next is wheat, 1540 planted. So obviously you want to turn that into flour, make some bread, and also give it to the cattle. 7 out of 13 and 6 out of 13. So let's test this out. Let's do one slaughter. I'll hit confirm. We'll look back in a little while because it doesn't seem to always do it immediately, and see if we're down to 6 and if they produced any meat this year. So we'll just wait, let them do their thing. Okay, everything's looking good. We're bringing that, you know, my goal is sort of to bring all these resources just steadily up. I mean, obviously that's the obvious goal in the game, but that's our immediate concern, I suppose. Food does seem to be fine. We're still at 8 months now, so that's good. These two have been upgraded, so what I'm going to do is say goodnight to this one. And just have these two working now. I think that'll be fine. Is there coal here? Oh, I thought it was like a coal deposit. There is actually iron inside the town. Right there. 409. In the old village. So how many people do we have now as laborers? We've got 14, 10 builders, 11 are assigned somehow. But there you go. The traders are leaving. That's fine. We've stored up some gold here. You can just see that they're making all these different types of bars and things. So if we have a look really quickly, how many iron bars do we have? 50? 45? So that actually just consumed 5. I wonder, is there a building that actually has a consumption rate? Because some buildings do consume iron over time, but I don't think I've built any yet. So I'm wondering where that 5 just went. Oh, yeah, sorry, we're making weapons, of course. Yeah. That's fine. Cool. Let's check desirability. So we got our first large homes here. They need to be 65. This one's at 64. So I'm definitely going to commission some upgrades of things out here. But I just want to get done, you know, finish up moving some of these buildings around. So we have 2 extra people here. That's the 2 free firewood workers are now basically working in here instead. I did actually accidentally say that this uses firewood, and then I did say it uses coal. It obviously uses coal, so no firewood problems here. Ah, another thing people wanted me to correct was fixing this road, so I will try to do that. It's a beautiful road, though. Pains me to take it away, so we'll just bring this out straight and then curve it down to join up. There we go. Still a nice curve, nice natural-looking curve. This isn't in range. There we go. Let's just actually check all of our work camps, because they do run out of resources, you know, out of their range. And they don't tell you, like this one. So they're out of stone. So I don't think there's really going to be much more stone around this area. So what I'm going to do is just tell them to move this building. That way they don't have to build another one. But just move it out to where there was stone out here. Back where that old... Would it be crazy to put it maybe just along here anyway and just set the thing over there? Nah, it's a bit far. Maybe just around here. They'll need a temporary shelter then as well at some point. Not going to give it to them immediately though. We're just too tight for building right now. Or builders. Alright, let's keep time sped up. Three new villagers born. Any more come of age? We're up to 164. So 14 extra people working. So did we get one of those cows? We did. So there you go. The slaughtering is working. Maybe not as instant as I thought it was. Sometimes I've clicked it and you see them immediately doing it. But obviously, a minute ago, Samar was shelter stalking or something, right? So maybe I've been a little bit unfair with how quickly I wanted them to do that. But yeah, no, he did it. So we're both down to 6 now in both of these. So they should grow roughly at the same time. It does say 0 per year, but I'm sure they will get 1 at least. We could always buy some extra if we need to next year when the traders come by. Alright, we're looking good. So let's just commission now a few extra orders. I want to relocate this garden. I could maybe just put it down between these houses here or something. And then I'm going to build all new houses out this way and connect the road. So I want a gap of 1 at this side as well. Because I might build the road out that way. Yeah, that works. And then we're going to need to move this. So let's just move the fishing shack in a bit. This road might need to change, and I think I'll have to flatten the terrain. It looks really uneven. 8 people want to arrive? Absolutely. You are totally welcome here. For now. Did I bring those guys back, by the way? I actually forgot to even look at where they went. I think they're back now, though, right? Garrisoning? Yeah, they're here. It's because the flag did come back. But I did tell them to explore. Let's see. Doesn't really look like we found anything. We found another iron deposit. Who would have guessed? 900. Another big lump of stone out that way, too. Oh, more iron up here. Yeah, I'll put down an exploration flag just there then. See that? Like, I think that's the corner of the map, so we can just see what's in that corner. Alright, 8 more people have arrived. We should be getting things done a little bit quicker now. So let's just try to keep it on ×2 speed. Try to make the place look a little nicer as well. Decorations. Some maple trees. Covering up the crap, quite literally. Don't let anyone see that area. And then we'll feed a road up this way. Okay. Looking good. And then we're just going to have to wait for the kind of cows to be born and come of age in the next couple of years. But I'll probably... Usually it's like 2 per barn you get per year. So I'll just try and kill 1 per year until it gets to the level I want it to be at 10. And then they'll just... Any more that are born, they'll auto slaughter from then on out. Okay, so down here we'll make the paved street that goes through. That'll look nice. Along with our Via Flaminia. And then there's a big gap between these houses for extra decorations. Maybe a well, actually, if we could fit it. If it's not encroaching any of the wells. Doesn't seem to be. Put one right there. And then this area needs to be flattened, I think. Don't know if that's going to mess up the road, but we'll see. Well, let me just see how big that market's going to be. 4 new villagers just arrived as well. Nice, we're bringing them in. We should be totally fine for getting stuff done now. So that's the market. Yeah, it's a bit too fat. So it's a 4x4. We can maybe do this without affecting the road. Right there, right? 4x4. Flatten that, please. And actually, I need to come in one. So it is going to affect the road slightly. Don't want to touching those trees. It'll be like there. So if it messes up the road, maybe I could just remake the road. It'd be okay. Something else we could do to make the roads look even more organic is extend this one out. And over time that should look nice. I don't know how long they're going to take to do those roads. This one's already done. Almost. Yeah, I think it looks good. And then we have the people, they're already up here mining stone. Look at them go. Tons of stone for them to get. Obviously, they have to bring it all the way back in or come in to get... I mean, the wagon is going to them, but it wouldn't be delivering food to them, I don't think. It's just picking up the resources. Yeah, they're coming back in because they don't have a temporary shelter yet. I'll build that soon. Our builders are just busy right now, right? 7 out of 10. 31 laborers now, though. We fixed the labor shortage. People should be out here harvesting. Now, something I want to do, like I said, is build a tree nursery. So an experiment I sort of ran on my Twitch channel was we were wondering how much wood do you get out of each type of tree. There's 5 different types here. And it seems like oak gives you the most. Oak can give you up to 7 per tree. And quite quickly. Whereas the others tend to give you about 3 or 4. Now, I've seen out in the wild birch trees that give you 7, but not when you grow them yourself. Anyway, it's a bit pedantic, but we'll just place loads of oak trees. And space them out just to make it look kind of nice, like a tree nursery or something. And it's just 1 gold. So basically what I'm doing is converting 1 gold into about, let's say on average, 5 to 6 wood. And it's right next to where we obviously need the wood for a lot of our industry, so that makes it good too. Just let them do this bit first. You don't want to give them too much. It also lags the game quite hard, having all these little icons. So you don't want to put too many down at once. Once they start clearing about half of them, then I'll put more down. And it doesn't take that long. It only takes about 2 years for them to grow to the right amount, so... Totally worth it, I think. Food stocks are still low in here. We did need to upgrade this too. So the other thing I wanted to move over was the stockyard. Bring that in here. Like that. And then for funsies, even though I'm really low on stone, I want to make the place look nice. We'll go with a field stone wall that goes around this way. Goes up here. Goes in there, and that'll like section off the brickmaker industry. Could look good, could look terrible, who knows. We'll see. Just want to move this, stick it in a bit like that. And then as well, just while we're here, maybe put some trees down and stuff. So I usually go with the maple trees. Don't want to totally evenly space them all the time. Make it look a bit more natural, like they were here before we were. And actually, maybe get rid of that one, just because it's like, oh, the watchtower needs its clearance. That place should look quite nice, I think, when it's all done. Wow, super dark. We're in late December, or early December, sorry. So we got flax. How much did we get? 744. We harvested 465. Ah. Turnip leaf rot. Turnips and cabbages. Well, it's not gonna be, that's no problem for me next year, at least. The wheat was pretty good, although, yeah, just the fertility is down so much that it's kind of starting to affect the farms. This is why I want to build a new farm out here. Really give them time to get their fertility back up. They're not too bad, but they could be much better. And I need to upgrade the doctor as well. Ah, firewood shortage again. You're killing me. Gonna move the tannery out there and then move the other firewood in here so that they just look a bit nicer together. Most of these have been built. That's good. Year number 20. 3 more animals, 2 villagers, another villager is immigrated. Year 20. Alright. Let's see. What are we up to? 7? An 8th. Excellent. Love to see it. So we'll just slaughter one here. Sorry, old fella. Butchering meat. There we go. Nice and quick. And that's 7 and 7 in each. So they're growing by 1 a year, and we're basically harvesting either 1 or 2, depending on what we get. And then based on the traders that come in, we're making loads of money throughout the year. We'll just transfer in some gold now. And we'll be ready to go. So what are we stocking currently? Pots, a lot of pottery. We could stock even more. Maybe another 120. More than that. 150. Beer, sure. What else could we bring in here? Honey. Do we have anything else like really in abundance? I mean, kind of tools, but I did buy a lot of those tools, so I don't really want to trade them because I can't remember what we bought them for. We've got 10 weapons just sitting in idle. Now we can stop making weapons, I think. Let's go with baskets. Heavy tools and stuff. Yeah, so let's go back over here. Check out the weapons. So we're producing 10 weapons and nothing of anything else. So we'll go back down now. We'll say just a 2-to-1. 2 regular tools and then 1... Actually, we don't need tools, so just go with heavy tools for now. Just make heavy tools. That's all you need to do. And then eventually we'll strike a balance somewhere when we need it. But we need about 3 or 4 more of these now. They take 15 iron each. So let me just check my list of things that I had to do this episode and see what I've missed. I still want to start making barrels. We should have distributed some of those barrels around though. So if we check our storage now, maybe not this place, like here. There's 1 barrel there adding 5% spoilage reduction. This one's totally full. Maybe it added it to this one because this thing was full. Although that's so frustrating. Look at it. There's nothing in here now. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so there's 10 barrels in there. 50% spoilage reduction. Not bad. And then 0 in here. Great. Good job. We'll add in the barrels into the place where there is nothing in there. It's quite realistic. It's like people get to choose where they want to put stuff where they don't have to do much work, right? It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll store the barrels down there, sir. No problem. And it's like he goes to the place that's empty. He's like, well, just leave them here then. Doesn't have to do anything else. Reduce rate of food spoilage and increase storage. So we'll upgrade this too. It needs 30 bricks, 100 gold. And at least that way they'll keep the barrels. That'll help them out. The markets can also have barrels. That's good. I'm glad to see that that one's full. And this one. And by the way, toggling this on or off doesn't change if they get barrels or not. So don't worry about that. I can see 2 of our bricks are working. 2 of them are being stocked right now. We've got 871 clay somewhere. And we should be starting to make coal. So coal, glass, cheese. We're making that cheese. That cheddar. Yeah, there we go. 540 last year. That's pretty good. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Let's see. Do we have any cheese that we could stock this place with? Yeah, look, 420. Perfect. Awesome. Let's go 400. Stock it all. For these traders. These fat traders that are coming in. See what they're going to take. This is going swimmingly. Yeah, we found a wolf lair. We took that out. Joined the two villages together. We're working on that. We have our shelters down, but the road link hasn't been built yet. And then we need a market down here, so we'll start placing that. We flatten that terrain. About there. Is that facing the right way, actually? Just hang on. Yeah, I kind of want it facing... Well, it could face out to the road, actually. Might look good. Yeah. Let me check over, do a once-over on the work camps. Yeah, this one's out of range now. There's stone over here, so just tell them to get that. So another work camp. They're mostly getting trees. Might just tell them to do it here now for a bit. Maybe in between, actually. This work camp is still getting its stone. You know what? I'm not going to bother building the temporary shelter. They don't need it. They'll just get the stone here. It's going to run out soon enough, and once it does, then we'll just move this building again. So did we explore out this way? We did. Look at this. Oh my god. 3,000 more gold. We've explored here, but not very well. There's actually more to go. And especially on this mountain. I want to see what's up there. We're such a rich mining village. So we've now got 380 logs, 100 firewood, 400 planks, nearly 200 stone, almost 100 bricks, and gold. So I think I did what I set out to do, which is bring all these numbers up. We are lowering... The food amount is getting a bit low, though. So this is clover. It's clovered out of its mind. So let's do this, right? We'll get the cattle. We'll tell them to graze right there on the clover. And we'll check it. It says fodder quality 24%. Now, there's no gate, remember? There's a gate there, but they will come in this way, I think. Maybe. I go up to that area. They should make it in there eventually. Alright. I wanted to get more of these houses, but I'm just not ready yet to start putting down more decorations. How many builders do we have free? None. Yeah, in fact, let's just beef that number up a bit. So, the traders here, let's check it out. So, we could sell stone, which we don't want to do, or wood, or medicinal roots, or clothes. Don't want to sell any of that stuff. Shoes are a bit low on. And we can buy... wheat, beans, more bricks. I'm actually going to buy those bricks. I think they're very, very good to have. About 40 more. Buy and transfer. Got some clothes we could buy, but we don't want to do that. Madness. And we can make our own. I know we can make our own bricks, but the process is just so slow that I think it's worth speeding that up. Okay, so those buildings have moved. I'm going to move this firewood splitter into this slot, right across. So chopping from each other, right across from each other. Have to reorder this area a little bit more in future. Trees are coming along nicely. We'll plant a few more. Decorations. Oak. Alright, we'll leave it like that, and then give it a year or two, and then we'll just start hacking away at them. How much do they have already? 4 wood already, you know? That's a year. That's not even a year, it feels like, since we planted those. But I think we can get it up to about 6 or 7. We'll see. Like, what do these ones have? They've been here for quite a long time now. They only have 4 as well, but they're maple trees. So, birch tree has 7. We planted those ones. 2 new villagers born. And then we're, of course, making our fruit all the time. You actually can... I didn't even know this until streaming it, but if we get a glassmaker and we get a preservist building, not only do they preserve fruit, but they preserve berries, which I guess is fruit, but they also preserve vegetables, which I didn't know. So you can actually preserve food much, much longer with those. These little baby trees are... That one's tiny. Alright, so we're grazing out there. So let's have a look at them now. So their health is going down, but they're still alive. They're eating. And I guess technically fertility might go up a little bit. But, you know, 23% fodder quality. It seems to say that, like, no, you're not really supposed to be doing this. And we're planting more clover right now. So fertility, we can actually see, it was 66 when that clover was planted. Now it's 69. We're planting another one, obviously, now at 69. And we'll see what it ends up with. And then afterwards, we can check as well. After we move these cows off and see, like, do they go up even further? But... They're just grazing out here, are they? Graze up there again, please. 7 and 7. Nice. Alright, things are looking good. Want to move this well as well over here. Boom. And then start getting our houses to kind of level up now. And then we'll start making even more money. I love the tree nursery. It's so cool. And quick as well. Quite quick to place all that. This is taking a while, I will admit. We have to wait for stone to come in, which comes in from all the way out here. This guy's bringing in 22. The speed. Well, it might not be a terrible idea to get another wagon at some point soon. But I just feel like I'm low on people. 28 laborers, 13 people building out of 12 possible. We're lacking a guard in one of our towers. I'm guessing it's the tower down here, is it? Surprisingly, no. This one. Just pop him in. So yeah, we've got enough weapons that we can actually just... Let's hire 2 more people here. Slowly, like, ramp that up as they get their weapons and stuff. And... I just remembered, the Fletcher building can be upgraded. 35 bricks and 35 planks, and then we can make crossbows. So let's do that as well. So, I don't know if there's another trader or not, if it's the same guy. Oh, it's a different one. Nice, so we can sell pots, 150. See you later. That's 1800 gold. And beer and baskets. What do you say? Oh, we can buy some cows. Perfect. So we've got 7 in each. I want them to both be at 10. 10 is a pretty good size, I feel like. Herd size. Keep it to 10. So we need to buy 6 if we want to just fill that up. And then next year we'll start harvesting straight away. And then we can maybe even upgrade that other barn. And then, if we find cows again, or if we want to, just build a 3rd barn and start moving them over there. If we start having too many, you know? Or if we see that meat is spoiling or something. So, we've got 1,000 gold. Let's just make the first deal, which is baskets. 600 gold. Pleasure. We'll get 2 cows. He's only got 5, actually, that we can buy. So, buy and stock. Let's keep them in the market for now. Use that money to sell some pots. 1,800 gold. He's actually selling stone as well, actually, thinking about it. But it's at an above average price. So is the cows, to be fair, but... We've got the money. We've got the money. Buy and stock again. It's 2 more. What else could we sell? The beer. Get another one. Alright, so that lowers our money pretty significantly. If we wait just a little bit, we could probably get that other one. Move the gold in here. Once the gold gets moved in, then we should be able to get that final cow. And with any extra money, I might buy a little bit of stone. I don't know. Can't wait to sell that cheese. Don't know how much it goes for, usually. I hope it's a lot. It probably won't be, seeing as it seems like you make a lot very quickly. Still waiting on the gold transfer. Come on, Cariolis and Dala. Take your time. So if we do this, we can see there's Cariolis stocking the trading post right now. He's going out to get that gold, I think, is he? He picked up 1 gold. He knew where it was. Alright, we got 650 in there now. Is that it? Let's move more in. Get that final cow. It should just come straight out of the vault. Yeah, there we go. Good. Alright. Buy and stock. Alright, so we should have 6 now, and now we can say transfer. We'll just leave time playing normally. Where did they go? They just disappeared on me. There we go. Alright, so global storage, 6 please. So I'll just say confirm. That's going to be too many for this, but then we'll say divide herd 3 into this one. So there we go. This is now 10 out of 10, and this is a 10 out of 10. So it's working. It is working. Clover is almost done, and then we'll take our cows out of this. Their health is slowly diminishing. They're hungry, haven't eaten. We need to be fattening them up, putting them on. Imagine trying to eat tiny little shamrocks. Basically. Fertility was at 69. It's now currently at 72. And is that a second trader? Is that what happened there? Another trader came in with different deals. Yeah, it is actually. I just didn't really clock that. They're selling some of those heavy weapons and plate mail, but again, a bit advanced for us, I think, at this stage, so we'll leave it. But yeah, some good deals are done. Good deals were done. Alright. What else could we be doing? So we have the cheese, we have bricks all working now, the stone fence is being built, the market is now done out here, the road is a little bendy, but I think it's kind of okay. Might be tempting just to see if we can flatten the terrain more and even it out or something. Like this. I don't know if that would work. And if not, then I'll just see if I can redraw that road. But yeah, so I think in the next one, what I'm going to be focusing on is trying to get as many of these homes as possible. So to get to the next stage, to get to tier 4, we need 25 large houses. So I think we're pretty much ready. We can upgrade things like the healer's house when we just get a bit more gold. And then hopefully the houses around here will start hitting that 65 threshold. And just start also upgrading things like the well. It all adds desirability when you upgrade all these things. Put down more gardens and stuff in between these houses. I wanted to... I never actually did it, but I thought a cut through here would be quite cool. Yeah, just like a little cut through, and then maybe we can make some trees or something. It does look a bit weird, actually. Let's try that just one more time. Pretty sure we can do it where it looks good. Yeah, like that. That's a bit better. Oh, but then it goes really weird. Damn. That's the turn I want, but it's not quite like the end result. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's it. I like it. And then we can put trees on the side of this. It's a very decorative episode as well, I must say, but all good. Tree right there. There's a tree here. Maybe a little, oh, you know what? We have to have a shrine. We still have never built our shrine to Sartorius. I think this would be a perfect spot for it. Put that down as a final decoration. Does it fit? Oh my god, it doesn't. We're gonna have to change that road, I think. But putting it right there, I think would be awesome. People leave a little token on their way out of the settlement to go out hunting and foraging in Sartorius' name. Sartorius' name. So yeah, let's just go remove this road. Remove this one. Build. Shrine. Turn it round. And then we'll try link these roads back up. Predator sighted. She's 63. Oh, there's so many of you, though. You can easily do this. Oh, yeah, they all work together. Love to see it. Wow, there's so many people out here. I don't know why, though. Why are they, who are you? What do you do? Mining stone? They're laborers from the work camp. Gathering clay. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why everyone's out here. It's... okay. Alright, let's see. Road to there. That's where we needed to go. It's going to be really awkward, I think. So we'll have to curl that way. And then can we get it to line up? No. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain. I might do that one in between episodes or something, because it might take a while of finagling. Try it one more time here. Because we're actually, if you see, there's yellow lines or yellow grids all here, so I actually don't think we can ever reconnect it. So I might have to mess around with that for a bit to see how I can get that to line up and work. I can't shift this in any further. It's got to be there. But it might just be to do a flattening terrain again. Maybe. So I'll mess with it. I'll mess with it. Alright, that's going to have to be it for this episode. So pretty good overall. Brought all the numbers up. We got a lot in the bank now in terms of all the construction resources. Really happy with that. The numbers have come up. The food is okay. The barns are working again. We've increased the amount of people in the garrison, and we've also given them better weapons. We now have a much stronger industry in place for construction. Even the farms are getting a bit better, right? We're going to be having stuff out there. We're full up for the barns now with 10 out of 10. So we should just be slaughtering and getting meat next year. Then I think next episode we'll probably start looking at getting the glassmaker, getting coal going, building extra temporary shelters and setting up more wagons. And also trying to bring up the houses to tier 3. So that's going to be it for this episode. Pretty good one, I think. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support the channel directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. You'll also get exclusive access to my Discord, where there's dedicated channels for each series I'm doing, and it's a great place just to meet others and make some friends.